Battle of the Challenges podcast with Vincent Cloud
and Hardcore Dave.
And this is Final Reckoning. Is it premature still, or is it right on time?
It's right on time.
Yeah. Final Reckoning pre-show, where now, before we just mentioned who was showing up and a couple of rumored names. But now it's more confirmed. We're only like, what is it? July 10th it premieres. So how far away are we? 2 weeks?
Like 2 weeks, basically.
Yeah.
Because we're recording this on June 26th.
2 weeks. Oh my God. So yeah, but we're here to confirm, there's been new fucking knowledge now. Number
we know
one,
the teams.
It's pairs. I was hoping that it was just going to be another individual thing, kind of like the other parts of this trilogy. Part one was Dirty 30. There were no solid teams at all. It was like everyone for themselves. Same thing for Vendettas. And now this time it's pairs, which is and they're trying to say it's the not only is it part 3 of the trilogy, but it's the end of the challenge as we know it. What the fuck does that mean?
No, I think it's the end of this trilogy, not the challenge as we know it.
But they said that on the trailer. Have you watched the trailer? Oh, Jesus Christ.
I watched it. I don't really listen to the voiceover.
No, it wasn't even voiceover. It was font. They put it on the screen. They were like,
I don't read that
dribble. And I think they said it out loud. Okay.
The end of the challenge as we know it. Well, apparently this is the last season ever of the challenge. Enjoy it while it lasts.
My only theory is that I've heard recently how Real World isn't going to be on the channel anymore, MTV, but going to be on their website instead as a streaming thing. So do you think Final Reckoning is going to be the last time it's on the MTV channel and it's on streaming now?
Perhaps. I mean, lots of places are going to the streaming model. ESPN is starting to do it.
Yeah.
So
that would...
I mean, we're definitely going to see tons more of the challenge. Whether they start streaming it versus putting it on cable or satellite, it's not a big difference.
If they put it on a streaming thing, will they provide other previous seasons, you think? Because those are hard to get a hold of.
You can find streaming. You can basically find like everything back to like the Cutthroat, somewhere around there, maybe like Duel 2. Actually,
but I want to see.
But then, like prior to that, like if you're like Fresh Meat 2 and before that, is hard to find.
Yeah. And
those are some of the best seasons, like throwback ones.
Yeah. Spoiler alert: the seasons get worse as they go on. So now we're staring down the barrel of Final Reckoning, and it's called Final Reckoning, and the elimination is called Armageddon. Remember, I think you had the idea of where it's like this is the last one ever, or whoever loses retires to the challenge and can't come back. Do you even recall saying that previously?
No.
Okay, well you said that.
But it should
be. But isn't it
Final Reckoning? There needs to be like the stakes need to be higher. Like if you get all the way to the final and you get 3rd place, like you're banished, never to return.
Jeez. No. I was hoping that we would try and shed some light on things now that we know what we know. Well, let's just talk about the partners, right?
Yeah. Let's talk about the cast and the teams, and we don't really know much about the format. Like, we don't read into the spoilers at all.
No.
Like, I guess knowing the cast and the teams, that's about as deep as into spoilers that we'll get.
Yeah.
So, exactly how it's going to work, like, week to week, kind of remains to be seen. But it seems like somewhat like kind of a standard partners, almost like Rivals 3.
Yes,
very much. It seems very similar to Rivals 3 because they're vendettas and they hate each other. It's rivals, basically. Except for we're going to have teams aren't just going to be guy-girl or guy-guy. They're everything.
Yes, they're mixed, which is interesting. I was going to say, like, oh, it's so totally unfair because I remember thinking that on Bloodlines. But who the fuck won? It wasn't a guy team. It was a girl-guy team. Cara Marie and Jamie, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So, and Jenna and Brianna.
Yeah.
They did really well in that final. Really fucking well. And they were 2 girls.
Well,
Two
the backpacks
women.
they had to carry were only 40
What are
pounds
the
instead
odds
of
of-
80.
Yeah. So I don't know. Let's get into these teams that we know about. Well, actually, no. I want to scratch that. There are some notes here where they talk about extra players what is this? They appear on the trailer, but their roles on the season are still unknown.
Okay.
You want to mention those real quick? before
Sure.
we get
I'm
to
assuming
partners?
these people are like mercenaries, and we've seen this in the last couple seasons.
Yeah.
So for an elimination, they'll bring back 2 or 4 stars from the challenge that'll just be showing up for one day. They'll
Yeah.
compete, and then you have to try and beat them to make it out of the elimination.
You know what? I'm a fan. I kind of like this. I don't mind it. It just really depends on who they bring back. You know.
See, I'm not a huge fan of it when it comes to like the fairness of the game, because if you have to go in and like, oh, your task is to go against Derek, versus like, no, you probably should have had to go against like Nelson or Shane or Tony or something like that. Like, I feel like an elimination to like you need to beat someone in the house in order to come back to the house. Instead, you get matched up against someone who's just a beast.
I get that.
Not totally fair.
I get that, but I mean, you're not a fan of the thrill of seeing a face,
No,
a
it's
cameo.
exciting.
You know,
it's
it's
very
awesome.
exciting.
Yeah,
You know, when you see the trailer for it, you're like, oh shit, you know, like Laurel's coming back. She's gonna fucking start smashing people.
Yeah.
Like, that's definitely exciting. But I always feel really bad for whoever has to face them because it's kind of random, you know. Like it was the wrong week to head into an elimination.
Yeah, and how are they going to do that with pairs? Does that mean like, okay, well, let's get into the 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 4 players that are going to show up possibly as a mercenary. First off, Ashley Mitchell. Last seen, Champs vs. Stars 2. I don't know, Ashley Mitchell, you know, she's kind of lost me past couple seasons where I'm like, I think you're more personality now than performer. Like, your Invasion of the Champions win was a surprise, and it also felt like, well, no shit, she should win. You know, she was such a powerful presence, and now she's just.
Was it a fluke victory though?
Was CT's win a fluke victory as well?
No.
No.
But perhaps it was the way that final was set up, where you get paired with certain people. You know, she wasn't paired with Corey during a puzzle. You know?
Oh yeah, that's
It was
right.
just her pairings happened to match up, where she ended up being better than I think it was Nicole and Camilla.
Well, how do you feel about Ashley? Because we're really stalling this episode. We got to get into it. These are
Okay.
just people that are going to show up as mercenaries.
Ashley has kind of started to wear on my nerves a little bit.
Yeah.
For
She
sure.
leaves. She leaves or has to leave because, you know, family illness or whatever, you know. So now Ashley Mitchell is probably being used appropriately.
Yeah, this is a good role for her because
She did that on Vendettas. Remember that?
Yeah.
She went against Cam, I think. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm okay. I'm okay with this role for her. You know,
Yeah.
less is more.
Less,
Because-
oh my god, less is definitely more. Holy shit. Ashley Mitchell it doesn't do the current seasons at all anymore, right?
No, she's been in Champs vs. Stars.
And now I don't even think she has to do that either. She could just be a mercenary
Yeah,
every
on
year.
Champs vs.
Every
Stars,
year.
she's like a Hennessy type character.
Oh,
Where,
God.
well, I
Oh,
mean, that's
Jesus
taking a little
Christ.
extreme. But, like, it's just, the only thing she has to offer is just her mouth and talking. When it comes to the actual, like, eliminations and the missions, like, she hasn't even done well in those.
Anyways, she's here as a mercenary.
Yeah.
Possibly, we don't know. Next is Hunter.
Oh
Hunter-
my god, Hunter?
Hunter Barfield. What a hick type of last name. I'm Hunter Barfield, and my family's been fucking up Mexicans for years.
Is he from Texas?
Like, what the fuck? No, Hunter never once said any of that hurtful shit. I don't know what the fuck's the matter with me. But Hunter's back. Hunter was one and done with Dirty 30. He was probably one of the best stories there
Yeah,
because he
he
just
was an
had to
underdog.
dealt with a lot of shit piled on him for fucking, you know, episode after episode. He even got injured and broke his fucking wrist or whatever. You know?
Yeah.
Just fucking, this guy was This guy should have won. I wish he would have been able to get to the final and beat his rival Jordan, his nemesis Jordan. That would have been great, you know. But now he's back as a mercenary type character, and I think that elimination is going to be awesome.
Yeah,
It sucks
that's
to
definitely
go
a
against
formidable
him.
foe because he's big and strong. He's built like a tank.
Next is Corey. Corey's not a good elimination guy, is he?
No.
His strength is his cock, apparently. Congratulations to Corey. He's now on Teen Mom, possibly Teen Mom OG, ironically enough.
I don't even know what OG stands for. I always thought it stood for Original Gangster.
Yeah, it's the original Teen Mom season. They brought them all back. Called Teen Mom OG.
So now they're like 25-year-old moms.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Farrah Abraham, obviously. Do you know who that is?
No, I don't know. I didn't watch it as religiously as you did. But
Corey's back to be a possible mercenary, and
No,
you're like, why bother?
last
you know?
saw him, what was it, last year, wasn't it?
Yeah,
And he had eliminated the first episode, I believe.
it could have
First
been.
or second?
He's been leaving early, lately. a
Yeah,
lot,
I think it was him versus Nelson, and they were both struggling to kick a soccer ball into a net, and neither of them could fucking do it. And then
Yeah.
they had to like, all right, just step closer to the net so someone can actually win this.
Well, are you going to be excited to see him?
Not really.
No?
I don't know.
Come on, you know he's going to charm some woman who's participating.
Yeah, and he definitely has a charm. Like his charm, it kind of works on me. Like I like his personality, and I like him even like in missions he'll do okay, but in eliminations he's just so disappointing at times and frustrating.
Yeah. And then next, as a possible mercenary, is Devin. Devin, actually, you know, I don't want to say it with that tone of like, Devin, why Devin? More like, Devin, let me think about that. Devin, yes. He put on one of his best eliminations the past 2 times that he had to suit up for the shit. He eliminated Bananas.
Yep, and he got all the way to the episode right before the final, where he lost the race.
Yeah, well, against Bananas and Vendettas. And then he put on a sensational elimination against Wes in Chance vs. Stars 2.
Razor-thin loss.
Oh, it was so great. So, him showing up as a mercenary isn't that outrageous anymore. You know, it's kind of cool. I like it.
It's kind of cool, but I'd rather him just be part of the regular cast.
Which we originally, I think, said he was going to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's conflicting reports online as to what role he has. I don't know.
Yeah. Because it says they appear on the trailer, but their roles on the season are still unknown. Well, it could only mean one thing. I mean, were they suited up or were they in casual clothing? If they're in casual clothing, that means they probably live there, you know? Although, no. Remember when CT showed up to just test drive a fucking mission, and then he gets to go out in a bar and have a scene with everybody? It was like, what the fuck is this? This is great.
It was all in Diem's honor.
That's right. We'll take your fucking
Diem's
shots,
sister.
Diem, for you.
What was her name, like Destiny or something?
No, it was Faith.
Faith. Yeah, there you go. That's some kind of stripper name.
Destiny. Okay. Well, hey, Devin. And then another note we have to mention. We mentioned him before in the previous podcast. Tony shows up. Tony Raines. He enters the game as a replacement player as the result of an unknown withdrawal or disqualification. And to me, I thought immediately, like, bullshit. Why would you not cast Tony? You know, like, Tony hasn't skipped any season. You know what I mean? Nor does he want to.
He's been there for, like, the last 5 seasons or 6 seasons, whatever it is.
Yes.
He's coming fresh off a win on Champs vs. Stars. Him and CT. He got his first win ever.
Yeah.
It was great. What I read online was that they wanted Tony to be part of the original cast. He declined it. And then a couple weeks later, there was an opportunity for him to be a replacement. And I don't know if they sweetened the pot, sweetened the deal, offered him more money or what. But then Tony decided, okay, yeah, I'll show up. So then Tony shows up.
But he's okay. Well, we'll get into that. We'll bring him back up because someone on this cast is missing a partner, and it's Bananas. Bananas doesn't have a partner, so whoever that is maybe didn't make it or gets hurt or disqualified or kills somebody, so they just like etch them. No, because like Camilla, remember how they took Camilla off the poster and they just didn't want to fucking mention her?
Oh,
maybe
yeah.
some guy gets with Bananas as his rival or whatever, does something so fucked up.
No, maybe it's Sarah. Maybe it's Sarah
Oh
and
my
Bananas.
God. No, my
and
God.
Sarah like tries to murder him in his sleep, like
Oh,
rightfully
Jesus
so, because he probably has it coming.
In his sleep, or maybe she
Yeah,
put it
but
in
then
his tea, some
CT
ricin.
saves him.
Get it, Sarah Ricin? Ricin, ricin's poison,
yeah.
right? Yeah. Sorry. Had to throw that
good
in
one.
there. Anyways,
Yeah,
no.
they used it on Breaking Bad. You haven't seen the show, but it's a good one.
But if Tony's the replacement, that means, I mean, who could he replace, and what would make the most sense? Who had the biggest clash? It wasn't Devin and Bananas. It was Bananas and Tony. Remember? Devin called Bananas out, but it was Tony with the actual betrayal. And that's what fired up Bananas more than anything, you know? Remember when he got brought back for the final and Tony was there and he's like, hey man, you look good. Sure.
Yeah, but it was Devin, however, who let the Kaylee Bananas relationship out of the bag, and he was fueling that fire.
No,
to tarnish Bananas' name.
I get why they're paired up because they hate each other, but the bigger draw, the bigger draw and the bigger rivalry was the Tony. So I feel like this is all just fucking weird bullshit. Like, remember how Abram and his actual brother were only replacements in Bloodlines? And it just so happened to happen after Cara Maria hooked up with her boyfriend. I'm like, shit is staged. Or someone, you know what I mean? Someone's in charge of orchestrating this timeline.
Well,
The producers waited just enough, you know? Like, it doesn't make any sense.
I feel like the producers, once they get like a week into the show and they're filming, and they need a replacement, I feel like they open up the checkbook. And they say, hey, we were offering you like $7,000 an episode. Now we're doubling it. You're getting $15,000 an episode. So show the fuck up. And people are like, oh, hell, okay.
You think it's okay? You know what?
I feel like that's how they're getting these good replacements. They call up Abe and they're like, hey,
well,
that's going down.
That's where shit got weird for me. Where I'm like, no, why wouldn't you have Abram and his actual brother on the show? Because everyone else was like their cousin. You know what I mean? Everyone was with their cousin. A lot of them. Why aren't these purebred bloodhounds put in there with hip dysplasia? You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't make any... Anyways, I'm just saying...
brothers on the show.
Yes, I know, Dave, but I'm just saying the majority of them were just very suspect. You're like, yeah, sure, you guys are related. Corey.
Anissa and her cousin. I've never seen cousins look more different.
Yeah, but hey, let's get into the actual pairings now. And we'll start No, wait. We could either start alphabetically. I guess that's alphabetically. Or we go into the preseason team backgrounds where they actually discuss why they're put together.
I say we do that.
All right, here
we
we
talk about why they're partnered.
All right, so just the way this is formatted, we're going to start with the male-on-male teams. Male-on-male.
Oh.
This hardcore power bottom bullshit. All right, no. We're actually going to have to... Oh, the first one listed is Bananas and TBD. Who the fuck is that? Todd
Exactly.
Byron.
It might be
Todd Byron
Tony
Donovan.
or Devin or some mystery person.
Yeah.
We don't know. But yeah, we kind of already got into that. So Bananas is here. He's going to be on a guy team. That's what we do now.
Yeah. That's what we do now. Yeah.
It's not going to be Sarah, unfortunately.
But like if you eliminate Devin and eliminate Tony, who else does he get paired with? Wes?
He should be paired with Wes. Like, Challenge fans have been saying for years that Wes and Bananas are the biggest fucking rivals out there.
So is it Wes that kills somebody and they're like, Wes, I'm sorry. You gotta get the fuck out of here. We're gonna take you off the poster. You get the fuck out of here. Like, Wes maybe launched at Bananas with a knife and ends up killing a producer. And they're like, Wes, had it been a castmate, we would have let you slide. But producers, that's us. Get the fuck out of here. You know? It should have been Wes. Honestly, it didn't dawn on me. I just figured Wes was done with the usual seasons because he's just thriving.
He's
in
such a
these miniseries.
star that he just only shows up in Champs vs. Stars.
Yeah, because that is a perfect little ecosystem for his short burst of intelligence to rule 6 weeks. You know what I mean? No, it's not short burst of intelligence, but I'm just saying, like,
I think it. Yeah,
he does. He like his finals don't have too much endurance. You know what I mean? It's short bursts. It's quick.
He's a sprinter, not a marathon runner.
I
think it just works for him and his life because he owns multiple businesses and he's an entrepreneur. And when you do like a regular season, you're gone for an entire month. It's recorded over 4 weeks. For Champs vs. Stars, they do it in like a week to a week and a half. They record everything. So the fact that it's 7 to 10 days, you can record one of those a lot easier than taking an entire month off.
But yeah, I'm with you. Should have been Bananas and Wes. It's print the money right there. Like I'm pretty sure everyone would tune in to that. Like old ass fans would be like, "Holy shit, they hate each other." Like that's actually makes sense. And even new fans should probably know.
Oh,
like
yeah.
if they watched Champs vs. Pros or Champs vs. Stars 1, they should know. They don't like each other. So next we get to the guy, Brad and Kyle. Brad and Kyle. What does it say here? The two first met on Vendettas whilst not being aligned. Kyle declared Brad would be his biggest vendetta after he used his grenade on him, causing him to sit out the challenge that he eventually lost. That's when he had to be handcuffed, and it was a swimming thing, so Kyle couldn't even try. Like TJ was just like, stay on the beach. You technically are out.
I don't even remember that. Was that important?
And there was a confessional where Kyle's like, Brad is a fucking idiot and I hate him or something like that. But then you realize you watch the entire season and there's only that 2 seconds where it's like, fuck Brad. Every other time he's like, I'm real casual, like, I might lose, I might win. So I'm like, that just seems so fucking staged or something. They're like, give us one thing of getting mad at Brad because we're gonna put pairs together. And do you not want Brad? That is an amazing team right there, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Kyle got in the top 4.
Wasn't he second place or third place?
He might have got second. He might have beat Zach. I don't remember. I didn't watch it. God damn it. I don't know. I don't fucking know. But then Brad was solid until
the elimination where
fell apart.
He was so strong he destroyed the props he was supposed to use to knock down the wall.
Oh my god.
He was too strong.
Zach and like all those young guys were just like, he's on the muscle build and shit like that, But I'm like, no, that's just Brad. Brad was great back in the day, and I think he just really fucking pumped up. He's like, I know I'm older. Because Brad's realistic. He always has been realistic. He knows what it requires to win. And that's the only way he lost. Production failing him.
Yeah, somewhat. It's definitely, that's the reason I would say that he lost it. But I think there's no denying the amount of bulk and mass that Brad put on.
Muscle mass.
Paired with the roid rage he seemed to have over some pizza and Marie.
What? Oh, come on. That's pizza rage. Come on. It's very similar.
It seems like he's a little unhinged at times, perhaps roid rage.
Yeah, right.
That was the side of his personality. He was usually very calm and collected unless he was fighting with his current ex-wife, Tori.
Could possibly be in the final because they know how to shake a hand politically.
Yeah. Very smart. In an elimination, I think
Brad's one of the best. Brad is one of the best eliminators out there. He really is, Whew, there we go. And Kyle can run a final. Brad can run a final. Like, that's a fucking killer team right there. All right, next. We have the final guy team, Nelson and Shane.
I love this team.
That is insane.
I love this team.
God. That's crazy.
I saw a picture of them together, and if you had to guess based on the picture which one was the gay guy, you would have picked Nelson because of like the shirt and shoes he was wearing. It was just hilarious to me to look at it. But like this team is awesome because I like both of them. Shane, he's the political snake. He'll no one will stoop as low as Shane. Like if there's any opportunity for drama or to throw someone under the bus, Shane is there to jump on that opportunity. Nelson is a little bit more laid back.
He's more of a baby face, like an actual good guy. Although no, he had his shifty moments in Invasion of the Champions, and that's what really made him pop for me, anyways. Where he's like,
when he betrayed Corey in the elimination,
all that shit. Like when he, him and Corey, I feel like they were both like, hey, we're not only are we here to win, but we're also here to make a great goddamn TV show. So we'll get into these crazy arguments. Remember he got kicked out for hitting Derek? Remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The softest punch we've ever seen.
Yeah. It was a love shove, baby. That's what I tell my ex-wives. That was a love shove. Oh my god. That should be cut.
Okay, so why are they partners?
Oh, Nelson and Shane have a long history of butting heads, stemming back to their first challenge together on Invasion of the Champions. Nelson eventually eliminated Shane in the underdog bloodbath, and Shane accused him of tricking his friend Corey in the elimination, causing Corey and Nelson to nearly get into a physical altercation. I remember that.
It's true, but it was like Corey and Nelson kind of had something, but Shane saw the opportunity to point out exactly what happened, and he kind of explained, hey, he just fucked you over. You guys are supposed to be friends.
I felt like Tony and Nelson had more beef than Shane and Nelson. And that would have been a good pairing as well.
Shane just threw flames on the fire on the fuel on the fire. He was fueling the flames.
It doesn't matter.
But like Shane does that in every situation ever. So like you could have paired Shane with just about anybody.
I don't know. I just think right away that the truer. I don't know. Never mind. We'll get into it later.
I like that team though. It's going to be awesome.
Yes.
It's a cool pairing.
They do have a good chance of going in though. Nelson has always been with Corey and thus always first to go into eliminations, especially the first batch, And Shane, he can be political, but is that going to be enough?
He just ends up burning so many bridges that it ends up catching up with him. At some point.
Yeah, so they could be kind of screwed, actually.
Yeah.
I could foresee quite a few eliminations.
Yeah. Next should we do girl next? Because we just did all guy.
Oh. Yeah. All right. That's fine. All right, next we have Angela and Faith. Faith Brown? Diem's sister?
No.
Ah, god damn it. Okay. On X on the Beach, Angela and Faith butted heads. Oh, more butting heads. Bumping uglies. Knocking boots. Butted heads when Faith went on a date with Angela's love interest, and when Faith decided to vote opposing to Angela, who was trying to evict her ex, Derek, from the house.
You sound like a South Park character.
Did you catch all that? I was too much of a character to actually pay attention to what I was saying. So Faith went on a date with Angela's love interest, and when Faith decided to vote
on what show was that?
X on the Beach.
Oh,
that's where Corey's on.
Up here it says Angela's from the Bad Girls Club and Faith is from Vanderpump Rules.
But I think everyone goes on X on the Beach. I think that's sort of a challenge, like place where they're just accepting all these people. Yeah. So that kind of makes sense.
It's like the minor leagues for the challenge.
Wait a minute, though. So, who is from Bad Girls Club, apparently?
Angela.
Okay, I have a secret. It's not a love for Bad Girls Club, but it's I tap that sort of for Bad Girls Club. You know what I mean? Where you're like, no, you don't take them seriously, and you don't technically take them on a date, but you end up.
They're not a girl you take home to mom.
No, God, no. But like, yeah, they're pretty hot. So I've always. You ever watch Bad Girls Club?
I have no idea what it is. I'm curious.
It's like hot, super hot, but like trashy hot eventually. And they all drink and
like
they fight
Jersey
and
Shore
they're kind of bitchy. No, there's different. You'll learn. Watch a season. There's different variations.
I'm just gonna
Hot,
watch like a
trashy.
2.5-minute YouTube video and just make my judgments off of that.
It's just seeing like some of the most hottest chicks just be complete bitches, and you're just like, oh god, this hurts. Like, you guys are so hot, but I can't stand any of you. You know what I mean? Like they go and they get physical. They almost fight all the time. Like it's not forbidden on that show. So they're always like grabbing each other and hitting each other. It's fucked up.
Actually, you're not selling me on this show
No,
at all.
come on.
This sounds awful to me.
Every fight, you hope a titty flops out. All right. Anyways, Angela and Faith. Here we go. Cara Maria and Marie. Cara Marie.
Cara Maria. Cara Maria?
Didn't
Cara
Kyle
Maria.
call Cara
Yeah.
Maria Cara Marie once?
Yeah. Oh my god. We've had everyone call Cara, Kara, Marie, Maria. Like, her name has just been like a cycle of mispronunciations. This is an interesting matchup because they fucking hate each other. Like, truly. And it's very strange for me as a fan because I'm not the biggest Cara Maria fan, and I realize she has like a huge fan base. I'm not her biggest fan. And then, so you would think that if someone dislikes Cara Maria, I would take their side.
Oh,
But the
no,
only, like...
not the case.
But not the case. Marie is the most annoying fucking person on the planet. And, like, now, I can just tell with this season, I'm going to love Cara Maria, and I'm going to hate Marie. Like, I'm totally taking Cara Maria's side on this team. They're going to be combustible.
If you got to compare the two, sure. But in general, this might be a positive overall because my biggest dig at Cara Maria is that she has no sense of humor, basically no personality. But if she's given, consider this, Cara Maria, she had Laurel in Rivals 1.
Yep.
Then she had Cook in Rivals 2. She didn't hate them. They hated her.
It's true.
She will
That's
actually
true.
hate Marie. So we might be able to see a lot more personality from Cara Maria. So this could be a positive thing.
Yeah.
I don't think Marie. I think Cara Maria deserves a better partner than Marie physically, because I don't think Marie will provide much for her.
Yeah. Marie's definitely going to be the weak link
Yeah.
in that partnership.
And it's kind of surprising for me because I feel at this point, you see like Bananas, for instance. Where's his fucking partner? It's a mystery, but I have a feeling he's going to get Tony somehow in some convoluted way because the producers would prefer if Bananas wins.
Yeah.
And win with Tony? Are you kidding me? Like that? That's his. That's Tony is basically what Leroy was like 6 years ago. You know what I mean? Where producers are just pushing the shit out of him. You know?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Bananas has always gotten strong partners, you know?
Yeah.
He's been paired with Sarah on Rivals 3, and that was the most lopsided team, and they ended up winning the season. And Bananas appears to be getting a strong partner again. Cara Maria, however, who's basically the female, Johnny Bananas, like the winningest female challenger, and she's not quite getting that same kind of like, hey, here's a good partner to go with.
The great. I mean, they could lie to us, and they could have put Bananas in Cara Maria. They could have done it.
Oh, yeah.
Even though a lot of us fans would be like, wait, they like each other now. They hated each other until just recently. Now they like each other, and now they're put together. Bullshit. This is rigged. But they didn't do that. That's weird. That's interesting.
Yeah, that is interesting. They definitely could have put them together.
Anyways. Next, Jenna and Jemmy. Jenna and Jemmy. I like Jenna. Jemmy is tolerable. She's
tolerable. Jemmy is the most entertaining female on the show.
Yeah, hold on. Let's get after Jenna initially saved Jemmy from the purge on Dirty 30. Jemmy pulled the double cross and betrayed Jenna, sending her into elimination against her best goddamn friend Kayla. And Kayla beat Jenna, didn't she? And then Jenna had to come back from redemption.
Oh, yeah.
Jesus Christ! And this is a good pairing, right?
I love this pairing. Like, this group together, Jenna and Jemmy, it's a perfect pairing because they fill in the gaps for the other person.
Oh my god!
Like, Jenna is, she's very good at athletic stuff. She's got long legs. She's tall. She's got great balance. She can do very well in a lot of missions, but she has weaknesses. In a final, she's not that good at eating things, and she's not very good in the political side of the game or puzzles. But that's where Jimmy excels. Jimmy excels at puzzles, political game, and eating things. That's what Jimmy's good at. So it's basically like what was it, Rivals 2? When it was Leroy and Michael?
Rivals 1, yes.
Rivals 1.
Yeah.
It was like brains and brawn. Like,
Oh my god.
that's what Jenna and Jemmy
The
are.
sad thing is that Jemmy's the brains.
Jemmy is very smart.
For the the South
Well,
Dixie
don't-
line, sure.
Don't let her hick redneck side
No,
taint your thought of her, because
Right.
she's very intelligent, and like on Vendettas last year, she got all the way to the very end except for she lost in the race.
Right.
And but she was smart enough to keep in the game, and people aren't really threatened by Jemmy, so they almost look at her as like a layup. But pairing her with Jenna, that might make them a bit more of a target and more of a threat.
In terms of the other teams, I mean, I don't know. We'll get into. Let's get into the next team. Kayla and Kaylee. What a weird. Just names alone. I'm like, don't put them together. That's so confusing. But after it was discovered that Kaylee, after it was discovered that Kaylee had kissed Bananas earlier in the season on Bananas, Kayla, along with Jimmy and Brennan,
Threw all of her stuff off of the balcony.
from the room when Natalie was staying. Kayla let her quit the game after feeling bullied by the girls. Remember that? That was a huge to-do on that show. They were like, "Oh, we are totally opposed to bullying."
Yeah.
Remember that?
And anytime anyone's ever quit on the show, TJ's always come down on him. But in this case, TJ's like, I'm okay with it because it was bullying. I was like, wow, TJ, way to just do what the producers tell you to say.
Yeah, it's a different landscape.
I mean, this is a challenge. That was like on the scale of bad stuff to happen on the challenge. Someone throwing your clothes out of the balcony and kicking you out of the room was not that big of a deal.
Well, okay, maybe it was, but let's just say something else happened instead. They're like, okay, no, we're gonna take her stuff and put it in the pool. That's what Carmaria did to Jordan on the season prior to that.
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
So it was just this huge. It was like this year we have a zero tolerance for bullying. That's the main thing. They're like, what about drug use? Bullying is more today's hot button. So Bananas, if you have any more Adderall, fucking get to it.
God.
Get to it, man. It's bad.
What was that?
It's all
X's
good.
1? 21?
No, that was
X's 2? X's 1.
No.
The Adderall
You're
one.
throwing me off.
Wasn't
so
it him
much.
and Camilla?
No, it was Rivals 3. Rivals 3. And he had 2. He was like,
that's
Sarah,
right.
do you want an Adderall? Or she's like, no, I'm going to
Oh.
do it dry or whatever. Or a straight edge dry. Dry dog it, raw dog. I'm like, what? None of that makes sense there, right?
Bananas was using Adderall.
Because that's
performance
when-
enhancing drugs.
Because
To
when
win a
they had
final.
this, when they had to stand on those logs overnight, all night, it was Devin, Bananas, and his cousin Vinny. And Bananas the whole time was like a chatterbox and shit, the whole fucking time. And I'm like, that's fucking Adderall right there. I sniffed you out, I stripped you down, I saw what you were doing, and I don't like it.
Sniffed him out.
How did we get off base here? Kayla and Kaylee, though, they're together. How do you feel about that? Kayla?
It's an interesting team. I do not feel like they're going to get along at all.
No.
They're complete opposite personalities. They're going to be a lot like Carmaria and Marie. It's
Kayla being more Carmaria. She's a more, like, Kayla's pretty strong. She finally got to a final on Vendettas.
Yeah, she's definitely improved. She doesn't seem to come up big when it really matters. The big problem with Kayla here is the fact that there's another cast member in the house. Her name is Amanda, and anytime Kayla and Amanda are on the same show, they turn into like mean girls together. And it was kind of the way like Kayla was with Brittany last year, where they kind of get together and they just become mean girls.
Oh my god.
So you know that it's going to be Amanda And you know that even though there's teams, there's going to be people picking on other people. There's always that drama in the house.
It's true.
And Kayla seems to be on the drama side of things. Kaylee, she's not innocent. She has her own annoying personality traits and seems to, I don't know if welcome the stuff she gets, but...
I have a question. Does Kaylee get involved with Nelson or Bananas again? Does she try?
No.
Will she have that pole? Would that
Wow.
pussy have that pole?
Have you been on Twitter lately? Have you seen some pictures?
No, I have not.
And
this is
someone
coming from a
gets
guy who-
with Nelson, and it appears that it's Amanda?
Garcia?
Yeah.
No!
Which is like the oddest couple pairing ever.
It's not like I hate Nelson, but I really like Amanda. So.
Yeah, and I saw this on Twitter, and I'm not sure if they're like an actual couple, or if possibly they just hooked up on the season, and on Twitter they're both trying to act like they're a couple to play it up, or what. But it seems like something goes on with them.
I didn't have to know that.
Yeah.
What does that have to do with Kayla and Kaylee?
Well, I don't know. You mentioned
Damn it.
Kayla. You mentioned Kaylee and then Nelson, and then it just made me think of Amanda.
All
and
right,
Nelson.
all right. Next team, a final girl-on-girl action. Cam and Melissa.
This is awesome.
This is awesome, yes. On Vendettas, Cam and Melissa got into a heated argument that nearly turned physical after Cam tried to tell a drunken Melissa about her reputation in the house. Oh shit! And that's when Melissa. I actually really like these two going at it a little bit. And even though Melissa was out of the house early, I still was very, very fucking interested in her. And Cam was fucking awesome, you know? So I like this pairing right now. I think that's just going to be forgive me, ladies, but just a really fucking hot team. You know what I mean? Like, that's what I'm looking forward to. So this is going to be awesome.
And like we've seen them both in eliminations, and they're like, just kill a Cam. And then Melissa, who is just like an animal. I wish she going
She has
against
the
Sylvia.
MMA moves.
Yeah,
Remember?
she was throwing elbows and knees. It was crazy. Like these chicks are fucking ferocious, and they're hot. So they're checking all the boxes here.
Yeah.
So I'm excited for this team, and I think they could do really well. I would not be shocked to see them around at the end of the season.
I am team. Yeah. I am team Cam, Melissa. How do you... Kalissa? Khaleesi? Kamel? Oh my god. Yeah, whatever. I'm over it already.
Malam?
All right, next, let's get into the male-female teams.
All right.
Amanda and Zach. Amanda Garcia and Zach, I don't remember his name. What's his
Does he
name?
have a last name?
He killed
What is
his
that?
last name. The team's main issues, though, stem from Amanda creating rumors about Zach's ex-girlfriend, Jenna, hooking up with Bruno on Invasion of the Champions before Zach arrived. That created tensions between Zach and Jenna, who are in the process of rekindling the relationship.
Yeah, they're now a couple now. Again,
Oh my god.
Zach and Jenna, they've rekindled, refueled the flames.
And
It's
if
like the greatest power couple ever on the challenge.
And if that relationship can get over a little bit of finger fucking on a plane, then we
Rumors
can all
of
get
is-
over it.
Pure rumors, and by rumors I mean false. It did
Yes.
not happen.
So why isn't Amanda with Jenna? Right?
Well, exactly. There's no argument for that. Amanda
And Jenna,
and Jenna
so
could
when
have been a team.
they're partnered together, Jenna's like, "I'll show you fingering."
Well, the problem is Zach really. I mean, Zach is so mellow. Like,
I don't think he got even mad. He didn't even get mad.
no,
you remember that?
Yeah,
He was
he's
like,
whatever. He's just like, Jenna, stop crying.
yeah. He was just like, listen, we're not together. I really don't care. Like,
Right.
so the fact that
He's
they're
like,
together
what's
is-
that? You got fingered by a dude? He's like, I fingered like 4 chicks, in the last month, so no biggie to me.
In fact, smell my fingers, bro. Smell the fingers. Okay, well, anyways, put all the bullshit aside. Amanda and Zach are actually, I think it's a pretty sweet pairing, right?
Yeah, I think it's a cool pairing. Yeah, I don't know. They're like the most good-looking guy-girl team. I feel like this is only the first guy-girl team. I have to look at the rest of them. But like Amanda's super hot. Zach is, he's like a surfer hunk. So
Surfer hung on. It's like, yeah, and I landed on a beach full of needles. And those are roids. All right. So, anyways, Amanda and Zach.
yeah, I'm down with that team. That's gonna be awesome.
Zach has really been a political. I want to say powerhouse, but not powerhouse. That's too strong. He's been of political mind lately.
A lot like Derek, where he's a strong player and he just aligns himself with other strong players. It's like, hey, we're gonna go all the way to the end, and then whatever happens, happens.
So they could be getting to the end. I mean, although Amanda likes to start shit though,
Yes,
and she doesn't like to back down from shit.
Exactly. Her mouth has gotten her into trouble a few times.
All right. Well, next we have Brittany. Brittany's back.
Brittany.
And Chuck. We don't know who Chuck is. Brittany and Chuck dated. Oh my! So this should really be an exes pairing.
Oh,
They dated
on
following
Are You the
their Are You the One season, but broke up prior to Vendettas, where Brittany started to date Brad. So yeah, this should be an
Yeah.
exes pairing, but at least we get Brittany, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brittany's awesome. I don't know who Chuck is, but Brittany and Brad are still a thing, if I'm correct.
That's gonna be awkward for Chuck when he's got to hear his. Wait, no, they don't have to live together and shit. Yeah, never mind.
Yeah, it'll be awkward until Chuck starts hooking up with someone else.
But we do have to remember, though, Brittany was targeted for. Well, I think the fact that she was with Brad was just an excuse. I think she was going to get targeted anyways, right? To get thrown in kind of first, because she really didn't do the right thing politically, right?
I don't even remember the situation.
You don't remember it?
No.
Well, maybe it was guilty by association, because I know Tony and Zach, they wanted Brad out of there, and she
Yeah.
was hooking up with.
And they were viewed as a power couple, both a strong male and strong female, and in the past, strong male-female like couples who are on different teams, but are kind of working together, obviously because of their relationship.
Everybody wants to get them out immediately.
It's too powerful of a position to be in.
Well, we don't know shit about Chuck, so that's fine. But we get Brittany, and that's great, I think.
Yeah.
Next, we have CT and Veronica. Now, this right off the bat, I want to say this. This reminds me of when I looked up Rivals 2 online to see what the pairings were, and it said CT and Wes. And I was like, yes!
Your
and
two
then,
favorites at the time.
And then I started to think about it, like, Wes has been on this huge downslope. He's losing body mass every season. And CT, he gassed out on the thing. You know what I mean?
Oh,
so
my
now
gosh.
CT, he was rendered not useless, but he couldn't do shit on a Dirty 30 final. Remember their high elevation
against Jordan and against Derek in that
yes,
final.
Yes, and then you have Veronica would totally be on the Mount Rushmore of challenges. You know, she is such a pioneer. She's the Ronda Rousey of challenges.
And just like Ronda Rousey, you would argue that she's probably past her prime, right? Her best.
I would
days are
argue. I would. I'm prepared to argue. Is that the thing?
I misspoke. You know what I'm saying, damn it.
All right. Well,
But like, is this pairing a few years too late? Like, if this pairing was 5 years ago, it would be a slam dunk victory.
The
for
thing
these
is,
two.
I felt that way about Rivals 2. I really did. I was like, this is a dream team, but it's just a few years too late. And CT and let's just talk about why they're paired together. Let's see. Maybe this will unlock some secrets. On Dirty 30, before voting Veronica into elimination, CT claimed that she was weak and nobody would want her on their team. Oh man, that's harsh. Veronica won her elimination and eventually had a hand in sending CT straight to redemption. Now, yeah, I do remember her saying something like, you know, Veronica, she's fucking old. You know what I'm saying? Like, no respect for the elder, even though I am as old. You know what I mean? So, okay, but with all that being said, CT, we just saw him win again. Come back from an injury in Champs vs. Stars 2. Veronica,
incredible performance.
Veronica, I feel like, you know, if she give her a good teammate, give anyone CT. You know what I mean? So I'm not feeling that terrible about this. Can we think of a team that didn't work well, a pairing with CT? Like Adam King and CT clicked. immediately.
He
CT and
Elevated.
Wes, CT and Diem,
yeah.
CT
Every partner,
and,
anytime it's CT and Tony.
CT
like,
and Tony. Yeah.
anytime you partner CT with someone, he brings out the best in them.
Can Veronica break the women's record and get 4 wins?
Oh
my
wow,
God.
that'd be awesome.
Oh, that'd be insane. So you know what?
I'm definitely rooting for them.
Yeah.
Politically, they're both vets. They've been around. They have a lot of alliances.
they're going
in
to
the
be.
show.
I think they're going to be just fine politically.
Yeah, and I mean Leroy's not there because Leroy would probably butt heads with Veronica because didn't Veronica send in Leroy?
Oh, that's right.
Screw him over.
That probably should have been a more.
But I'm sure Bananas
Better
will
parent.
use that as, well, you screwed over my friend Leroy, so now I'm going to vote you in. That's what Bananas will say.
Well, next we have Devon and Jose. Jose from Champs vs. Stars 2.
Shouldn't it be Jose and Salida?
So, yeah, really. Oh my gosh.
Right?
Let's see here. Devon orchestrated Jose's eviction on their season of Big Brother, claiming she was protecting herself by getting him evicted. What do you mean? By what? What? It just says she orchestrated her getting evicted because I was protecting myself and got evicted. Like, what was he doing? What was Jose doing?
Well, it sounds like the vote was probably going to come down to those two, and then she made sure that he went, not her.
Ah, well, that's a snooze fest.
Yeah. All right. It seems like just another way to bring in a new Big Brother.
We don't know Devon. We know
I know
Jose.
nothing about her. She looks kind of hot in the pictures, though. Give her that.
They all do.
Jose, I only know him from Champs vs. Stars.
Yeah.
He stuck around a long time on that season. Some would say too long. Because he wasn't that good of a competitor.
No. I mean...
he made a lot of enemies, but, like...
Was that his move, you think? He
No.
kind of slowly grinds you down, milks you.
I guess.
Where you're just like, God, you're annoying. It won't go away.
Like, Salida
Like, that's
hated
his
him.
move.
I don't think Lil Mama really cared for him. Shane was digging into him a bunch.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. Maybe that's his move.
I have
Maybe-
nothing against him. I don't think he's that great of a competitor, but he makes for okay TV. I mean, he's articulate and he can talk shit on people.
Yeah,
Good
yeah.
enough, so, alright.
Well, next we have Derek and Tori. Again, this should be an X's thing.
Yeah,
because
there's
this is
lots of
Derek-
rivals and lots of exes.
Derek Henry and Tori. Derek and Tori were dating going into Dirty 30. After Derek was eliminated early in the game, Tori cheated on him with Jordan during the remainder of the show.
Which was not necessarily televised, was it? Because I remember reading all about it online, but you never actually saw any of it.
Oh, at first, I was going to be like, I want to see that shit because Tori's hot, but no, I don't want to see that.
They gave Tori a good edit where they're like, well, we don't want to make her seem like a sleaze.
Yeah. Tori also claimed that Derek hacked into her phone on the Dirty 30 reunion.
Ooh.
A claim that Derek
Not cool,
denied.
not cool.
Not cool. So they're together. Tori had a great Dirty 30 season. She got to the final. I could have swore she won the fucking thing. 'Cause
Yeah,
she was with
I can't
Jordan
believe
the
she
whole
didn't.
time. Yeah, but she ended up getting third. What the fuck is that? But then she's still cool and everything, and I'm still a fan. But she's been on a decline in terms of performance.
She was. I thought she was awesome. Who was she paired with in Champs vs. Stars? It was Tori and Lil Mama, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. And they just ended up getting eliminated by Casper.
Yeah. But even before that, well, I mean, voted off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
But even
voted
before
off.
that, Tori was doing so poorly on the blue team that she was traded for Ashley Mitchell. Remember that?
No.
Yes.
No.
What? She
It
was
was
doing
not-
poor, and she continued
She
to
was
do poor.
traded because she was better than Ashley Mitchell, and Luis wanted the stronger, or wanted to get rid of the strong player off of her team. So she traded Tori away to get a weak player in Ashley Mitchell. That's exactly why Luis did it.
Well, whatever. Moving on. But Derek, though, remember Derek? He was in good shape, but he was like eliminated like right away. By
Yeah, I don't really
Corey
remember
or
much
something.
about him. I remember he's got a good personality. He's likable.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got a six-pack, so he's got to be in decent shape, right?
So, are they gonna get back together? Probably not, right?
No.
Tori's gonna just be
No.
like, "Hey, those days are over." Right?
Yeah. Tori's awesome, though. She's one of my favorites. Like, I might... after Jenna, because I have a thing with Jenna. But
Yeah.
after Jenna, it's
And
probably
she knows
Tori.
about it as well.
Yeah. After Jenna, it's Tori. She's my second best.
Hey, step
and
off.
then there's probably Cam, number
off.
3.
Kill Cam. Let's see. Oh, you know,
All right,
I feel very fortunate. I have Amanda back. It's been a while since she's been
Garcia?
around. Yeah, Amanda Garcia. Cam. Fucking Tori.
You got Veronica.
Veronica, yes.
And you get Sylvia.
Melissa, though. Melissa really fucking interests me. Well, let's get on to Joss and Sylvia. So, on Vendettas, Joss and Sylvia were initially friendly, but Joss burned a bridge with matches. Sylvia talked to it. Oh my god, what the fuck? When he and Brad chose to vote her into elimination to save themselves. I remember that. That was a bunch of bullshit, but it made sense. I don't know.
What? Didn't they give their word to her? Like, don't worry about it? Or that might have been something else.
A remorseful Joss tried to reason with Sylvia that it was purely a gameplay move, and Sylvia lashed out, not wanting to hear his explanation. There you go.
It's working out in her favor now because now she's teamed with Joss, and Joss seemed like he was a runaway favorite
That's
to
true.
win that season of was it Vendettas?
Then he ran into Derek in elimination.
Yeah.
Derek being a random
mercenary.
yeah. And Sylvia, she puts on amazing eliminations every time.
Yeah, she's scrappy as hell.
Unfortunately, she goes in early every time too.
Yeah.
And she didn't get eliminated on Vendetta. She went home sick. They didn't even show her going home. They were just like, TJ's like, hey, by the way, this is the beginning of the episode.
Tuberculosis.
Oh my god, just spit. Yeah, consumption.
Consumption.
Isn't that when you're spitting out blood and shit?
Perhaps, I don't know.
Well, anyways, Sylvia and Joss, I actually like that. I think Sylvia doesn't seem to do the politics things. That's why she goes into elimination. Joss, though, he was shaking hands with Brad, and I think if you could do that, you could stay out of elimination for a while. You know?
Yeah, I think they're a really strong team, and they're one of the dark horses, I think, to be able to get there to the end. Like Cam and Melissa, I feel the same way about. Joss and Sylvia, I think they're very strong as well. I could see them doing well. Because, I'm thinking in elimination, I don't feel like there's a whole lot of weakness there.
No.
I mean, they're not perfect competitors, but they're definitely very strong.
Yes. We
I
all
like
know
both
Joss
of them,
can
too.
run. Joss can run. Remember that? He
Yeah.
fucking beasted that mountain at the very beginning. All right, next we have, finally, Natalie and Polly. Natalie, who I was a big fan of. Remember, she went with Bananas and kind of like...
Just as friends, though.
oh yeah, that's right.
To Bananas,
And to Nelson, too. She was just like,
Oh, yeah.
maybe. She was like hints of it. She's like,
Yeah,
maybe.
maybe I'll just use you as I was using Bananas.
Okay.
That seemed to be her.
Cool.
That seemed to be her thing, where she kind of just.
You want your purse to be held, Natalie?
She just takes dudes, puts them in the friend zone, nestles them in, tucks them into the friend zone, and then advances her own political game. But to her credit, she seems pretty good in the missions and the eliminations. Like, she seems pretty damn solid.
Yeah, for sure. We don't know who Polly is. Wish it was Polly D from Jersey Shore, man. If you could just throw random people in the show, throw in the DJ Polly
Yeah,
D.
why is there no one from Jersey Shore on this show?
Natalie and Polly clashed several times during their season of Big Brother. I thought Natalie and what's his name didn't get along. Remember that long guy? The guy with long hair. With long hair, he kind of looked like Jorge Masvidal a little bit. No.
Yeah.
What was the name?
I don't know.
I thought those should be together, but apparently no. She clashed with Polly a bunch, getting into heated arguments and working to evict each other from the house. Oh shit! Wow. So they would campaign against each other and shit. Wow. So we don't know shit about Polly, but I felt pretty positive about Natalie. I felt like she was rookie of the year material. Next to Cam.
Yeah, definitely second place to Cam, but she was solid.
Yeah. So that is all we know. All right, we're gonna wrap this motherfucker up. We've gone on way. Remember, I was like, hey man, it's only gonna be like 20 minutes.
And I was like a half hour at least. And I know we're over 50 minutes for sure.
Well, but yeah, it premieres July 10th, and after doing all that, I kind of am excited just because the teams looking at it now, I'm like, no, that's cool. It's going to be cool. But you just got to prepare yourself to realize that every episode is going to be split into two, you know, regardless of what's happening. If there's not enough drama to justify splitting it into two, it's going to happen, you know?
Yep.
And there's going to be, we're probably not going to see the end of the final. We're going to have to stay tuned to the reunion again, right?
Yep.
And,
wow, way to just like kill all the excitement for the season. Like, oh, yeah, it's gonna be great, but they're gonna fuck it up because of this and this. Okay, so something exciting. I saw a little trailer for that season here, and
Okay.
they were showing the very first episode. Spoiler. They're to start it off. TJ is there with like the cast, but it's only half the cast. And he's like, "All right, out there in that field, under all that dirt." Your partner is buried in the sand, and here's a walkie-talkie. Their voice is distorted, but they're gonna try and like tell you where they're buried, and you have to dig up your partner like out of the ground, like out of a grave.
what the fuck?
So everyone is like half of the people are there with shovels, and they gotta dig up their partner, and then I guess the last two teams get sent home
What?
like immediately.
Whoa.
So like two teams will get like eliminated the very first episode. It
two
sounded like.
teams? That's a little too
I know,
much.
right?
That's excessive.
TJ's taking it too far. I
No,
don't know.
no, please don't say that. TJ has no power, has no pull in this whole entire thing, all right?
It's true. It's very true.
He has no producer credit.
But
Don't
it's-
give him credit. Right?
It's gonna be exciting though.
I always hated it when TJ's like, you know how I like to fuck with people. I'm like, no, you don't. Well, maybe you do in your own personal life, but you're not. You know, you don't do any of this shit on the challenge. It's all producers. They're like, we're spending way too much money to just think, oh, what does this stoner over the hill biker dude want to do? Like, no, fuck that. I think we should end the podcast.
I love TJ Lavin. Don't you talk bad about him. You know, if you run the challenge, Vince,
yeah.
your vendetta
Would be TJ
would
Lavin.
be TJ Lavin. And you would have to go to elimination against a mercenary by the name of The Miz. The Miz would destroy
Oh,
you.
Jesus Christ. That would be a dream, though. That would be an absolute... Well, the
You're
Miz
like,
thing.
totally laid out.
Not the
for
TJ
Miz.
thing. I'd
He's
be like,
fine.
oh, God, TJ, no. What? Where's Dave Mira? Bring him out here. Is that his name? Dave Mira? Bring him Last time I saw him, he was looking a little sad and down. This will cheer him up. Bring him out here.
What's the other guy's name? Johnny Mosley.
Johnny Mosley, yeah. Give me Johnny Mosley. Mostly. Get Johnny Mosley, I call him. He shows up, mostly. All right. I'm going to end the podcast here. All right, well, this was like, subscribe, comment. This was Battle of the Challenges podcast with Vincent Cloud.
And Hardcore Dave.